What's up, YouTube? It's your boy J Will back again, here to do some pitcher projections. Today is Thursday, September 18th, and we got a light slate of games. There's only 10. And with the matchup of the day, though, once again, it's the Phillies versus the Dodgers. I mean, they bringing out the top best pitchers versus each other, and it's been good pitcher matchups. Um, Top five pitcher Ks playing today. You got Scooble out in Detroit with 224. Number two, Logan Webb in San Fran with 206. Coming in at number three, you got Yamamoto with the Dodgers at 187. Number four, Shane Baz with at Tampa with 169. And number five, you got Max Fried out in New York with the Yankees at 169. All right, before we get into yesterday's picks and projections, I'm gonna ask you to like, comment, subscribe. There's a couple ways to get my picks. Join the Dub Club, use code UNK, UNK. You get half off your first month, and the YouTube executive tier, link in the description. All right. Yesterday, we were 16 for 30 for 53%. Not a good day. Let's look at some of the sellers. You got Oviedo, first game, couldn't get the four. It's always a bad sign. So I was like, fuck. He couldn't get it. But that Boyd one, that was sweaty, but he didn't go over. So with that Boyd, I was like, okay, come on, let's go. Um, oh shit, Palante, he hooked us with three. Uh, Perez couldn't get the four. Verlander with three. Flaherty only got four. This Barnett guy only got two. Seymour with the hook. Also Pavetta with the hook. Soriano didn't do shit. Um, but he left the game with a right forearm contusion. So he only played one inning. He would have been the ass of the day. And I was like, what happened, bro? But yeah, that's what happened. I guess he got hit on the arm, right forearm contusion. They took him out. Reagan's four. Gill, he had a shitty day. He only had two. Bradley with four. Weathers two. McCade Brown one. So yeah, it was a bad day for pitchers, I guess. So our pick six, yeah, like I say, Verlander cost us and Soriano. We were right there though. Look at that Peterson under. Y'all like that. Them unders was on point yesterday. And if you played those two unders, it was just two of them. You'd have won. I played it because of the shit. It's only two unders. I felt good about both of them, and the reads were right. They both hit. But our pick of the day didn't. Um, Nick Pavetta with the hook. We was almost there. It was almost. But we're gonna bounce back today. It's only, like I say, 9 games or 10 games. Let's try to go perfect. As of the day, it was McCade Brown. This guy, he's one of the Colorado pitchers. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 1K. He didn't let up a home run, but McCade Brown, ass of the day. Our pitcher of the day was Blake Snell. He had a game, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 2 walks, 12 Ks, bro. Did not let up a home run. Blake Snell, pitcher of the day. All right, for the pick of the day, I'm going with Max Fried. With the Yankees, he should go over against Baltimore. And I got Quinn Priester over against the Angels. Um, we'll talk about it. From a pick six, I'm going with Tanner Bybee over against the Tigers. Um, Luis Castillo, we fading him. I don't think he gets 5 against Kansas City. Alcantara is going over against the Rockies. Cade Povich is should get 5 against the Yankees. We fading Kikuchi today. I don't think he gets 5 against the Brewers. And Logan Webb should get 5 against the Dodgers. It's coming in at 2,441 odds. Let's break it down and see the why. So let's talk about it. First, we're going to talk about Max Fried out in New York. Um, they play in Baltimore. His props are at 5.5, both of them actually. And they both are in, Fried is in the pick of the day and Povich is in our pick six. So let's just talk about both of them real quick. Um, Fried, let's check him out. His line, both of them 5.5. Let's see. We already got it on head to head. But if I look at my total stat list here of all my concerns, let's just key in on Fried here. Boop. And my concerns were his hits and his walks. Um, what's good, what I did like is he don't give up home runs that much, and he's a 6 inning guy. But these hits and walks and his earned runs could be a problem. Let's check it out. So most recent outing was back in June. He went 6 innings. He had 7 Ks, 3 earned runs, 7 hits. See, there goes those earned runs and hits. Um, he didn't let up a home run, and he did not give up a walk that time. If we look at his last 5 games, his strikeouts have been consistent. Um, at least 4, but you see in 5s, 6s, and 7s. Uh, Also, when we go to the head to head, I'm looking at other recent starting pitchers, and I see Shane Smith, Chris Bassett, Paul Skeens, Mike Burrows, Clayton Kershaw, Yamamoto. And I'm like, is he as good as those guys? He's along the lines of those guys. I see a lot of 5s in here too on that red. But last 5 games, like I said, let's look at these earned runs. It's a concern specifically these last 2, but he's facing Toronto and Boston. Do we give him a pass? It's a concern. Let's watch out for it. Like I said, the hits should be about 4, but once again, Toronto and Boston got to him last 2 games. So his trajectory is leaning, you know, not so great games, but he also been facing pretty good teams. He haven't been giving up home runs that much. Just gave up 1 in his last 5. Like I say, he's a 6 inning guy. He could go 7. I really like that. I like 6 inning guys. So his walks are a concern. But the fact that he's a 6 inning guy, we look at Baltimore, they're number 2 on the strikeouts in the last month. I think he can get 6 Ks in 6 innings, or more. You know, not to say, oh, well, he did it last time, but he got 7 last time. He should get 6 this time. His last outing, he got 6 against Boston, even though they lit his ass up. You know what I mean? So Max Fried over. Next up, let's look up Povich while we're here. See what he been doing. All right. His line is also at 5.5. There go that sun again behind me. If you look at his last 5 games, look at this. It's been great. I'm like, wow, this is good. He had 3 against the Padres, but it was the Padres. We kind of like, I guess we give him a pass. Um, let's look at the rest of his stats and let's see what was my concern with Povich. I had a lot of them. Um, so maybe that's why I went safe as five because, like I said, I look at his last five games. I'm like, damn, this looked good, you know? But then I look at all of this, right? And I'm like, ooh, this is nasty, you know? But it's like, even in all of this garbage, he's getting the K's and he's facing the Yankees. Where are they on the list? Number four in the last month on strikeouts. What about recent pitchers? What they've been doing? Well, I see four, I see 11, 12, 4. You know, I see a lot of green. And Cade Povich is good, bro, in my opinion. They have head-to-head history. Most recent outing was early in the season. He had two Ks, three earned runs, three hits, two home runs. They hit his ass up with two walks. It was early in the season. What about his last five games? What he been doing? You know? Um, and if you look at these hits, like I said, it is a concern. Let's go to hits. It's a concern, you know. At least five. I don't like five. Four is acceptable. I really like three or less, you know what I mean? But four is like okay, but five is like no. You know what I mean? Like you letting up too many hits, bro. Um, he's been letting up home runs in his last four games. So his home runs was a concern. I made it a red because it's like anytime you streaking with home runs, one is neutral, but when you streaking, bro, that's not good. Um, and his walks, like I said, look at this. This is nasty. At least two. So a lot of concerns for Povich, but I put it on that five. I look at his last 10 games. He's consistent. It might be, might be pie to the face, but um, yeah, I feel like he gets it done. At least five K Povich. All right. Um, moving on. Our second pick in the pick of the day was Quinn Priester over. So we talked about Max. Let's talk about Priester and see what he been doing. All right. His line, 5.5. Let's see. Let's go. If you look at his last 10 games, he's only went over three times. Um, what were my concerns with Priester? And I got him going over. So it's like, man, the numbers don't look good, on his last five. But if you look here, I seeing it like at least four, But here's my concerns. It's the hits. He's given up too many hits. His earned runs is okay. He's not really giving up too many home runs. He's a five inning guy, and his walks is decent. He only just really just giving up one. So let's see. Like I said, see his earned runs one, two. We throw that six out. That's an outlier. Just throw that out, and you see. Here's what he's really doing. You know what I mean? Hits. See, the hits is a concern. You see, I'm seeing at least five. You got that 10 here. Even if you throw that 10 out, the hits are a concern. So look at his home runs. He had a streak where he was giving up some, but the past four games, he got it together. Pitch count, 5 inning guy with some flashes of 6 and 7. So it'd give you a solid five. And his walks, it's not really bad. So I'm like, okay, let's go back to the strikeouts. Um, I mean, it's not like I said, the hits is a concern. Let's go to the head-to-head. He has not done it. This was last year. He pitched 4.5 innings, 1K, three earned runs, seven hits, let up a home run with two walks. What have recent pitchers been doing against the Angels, and you see all the green, you see it, and where the red is, it's at 5. You know, the red is at 5. So pitchers are getting at least 5 Ks out of them this whole month. Okay. Every pitcher, at least 5. Quinn Priester is going to get at least 5. And I'm looking at his last 5. He got 5 against the Cardinals, 6 against Pittsburgh, 3 against Toronto, 4 against the Cubs, 5 against Cincy. Bro, he'll get 6 against the Angels. And that was the logic there. Like, you know, maybe dumb logic, I don't know. We'll see. All right, and that covers the pick of the day. Now let's get into the pick six. Uh, Here it is. No, that's the safe. Here we go. Let's, all right, pick six. We talked about Fried, or no, Povich. We talked about Povich already. Let's go Tanner Bybee. I took him over against the Tigers today. And um, yesterday's pick of the day, what's his name? Went over. No, I wasn't on the pick of the day, but on my projections, though, I had Gavin Williams going over against the Tigers, and he got 9. So, all right. Tanner Bybee, over 5.5. If you look at his last 5 games, you know, it's like, okay, he just had 10 against the White Sox. Then I'm seeing 5, 3, 4, 3. 3 against Tampa, both games he played them. 4 against Seattle. Okay, Seattle's been hot. Tampa, I guess you could say, been hot. They don't strike out much though. 5 against Arizona. What were my concerns with Bybee? Let's check it out. Earned runs, hits were my concern. His earned runs and hits. Yeah, those runs come from the hits, and he's been giving up a lot of them. Let's check it out. Earned runs, nasty. 4, 5, 4, 2 is okay. But his last game, he had 10 Ks and no earned runs. So his last game was excellent. But before that, it was like, yeah. And if you look at the last 10, yeah, right? Yeah, that's nasty. So earned runs, definitely a concern. We look at his hits, definitely a concern. Look at this. This is nasty. Okay. Um, he do that shit against the Tigers, he's gonna lose. But um, like that home runs, he could give up a home run. That's slight concern. He was streaking there. That's a concern. Pitch count. He's a 6 inning guy. This is great. We love 6 inning guys. All right. And if he's going 6 against the Tigers, he's gonna get 6 Ks. His walk situation was terrible for a second, but his last 5 games, he seemed to maybe get it under control. All right. So let's go back to strikeouts and let's go to head because look at this. We got a lot to look here. This is 7 games. So this will give you a good picture. I always do that. A good picture of what's going to happen today. And if we look at the over 5.5, his most recent outing was on my birthday. Shout out to Gemini. Um, he went 7 innings, had 8 Ks, no earned runs, 3 hits, didn't let up a home run, and only 1 walk. He got 8 against them last time. He'll get 6, bro. He'll get 6. I'm looking here though. And everything else was last year. He faced them 6 times last year. And he had a few sixes there. I don't know. It's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, you see. But I'm seeing at least 4. This 2 game and this 3 game, that 10-10, that was the playoffs. That was the play. All this, yeah, this 10 shit was the playoffs. Um, okay. So that explains that. But we look at his last five, his last game, hits concern, but I feel like he gets the six, bro. He gets the six against the Tigers. Last time he got 8. He should get 6. Last game he pitched, he got 10. He's gonna drop from 10 to 5. I don't know, bro. You know, call me crazy. Tanner Bybee over. Luis Castillo, we fading him today. Why? He's other than him facing Kansas City. Uh, let's check him out. Luis Castillo. I think last time, what did he do the last time? I can tell once I look at his line. His line is at 4.5. My concerns, though, look at this: earned runs, hits, and walks. The same as Bybee's. Let's look him up. Castillo. His line, 4.5. If you look at his last 5 games, he's been great, right? Numbers 5, 6, 5, 6. He had 2 against Philly. Hiccup. All right. Um, but like I said, the earned runs, look at that 3, 5, 5. Last 2 games, just 1. But he had that potential. The hits 10, 5, 6. Last 2 games, he's been all right. Home runs. He was streaking there. Last game, he did not let up on. His pitch count, he's a 5 inning guy with some sixes in there. It depends. Like I said, his last 2 games have been, I guess, solid. Um, the walks, he'll give you 2. So back to the strikeouts. His line is at 4.5. He has head-to-head history. Yes, he does. This was last year. He went 5 innings, got 4 Ks, uh, 5 earned runs, 6 hits. See, there go those little earns runs and hits. He let up a home run and a walk. Um, what have recent starting pitchers been doing against Kansas City? And you see Logan Gilbert, Aaron Nola, Gavin Williams, Joey Cantillo, Bailey Ober. Is Castillo as good as those guys? I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think he at most gets 4 like he did last time. Uh, yeah, that's because his hits, bro. If he's letting up hits like that against Kansas City, it's gonna be a long day. So we'll see. That one might be a little bit spicy, fading him. He's been getting 5 at least his last 4 games. That's a spicy pick, but I'm going with the under. You might. Alcantara over 5.5 against the Rockies. I was kind of surprised it was that low. Alcantara is pretty good. He's a solid pitcher. And let's check what was my concerns with Alcantara. He just lit up the Tigers. I watched them. I didn't really have concerns with him. His earned runs is good. His hits is good. He might give up a home run. He's a 6 inning guy, and he don't give up a lot of walks. And if you look here, look at this. This is great. His numbers look good. I'm like, oh shit, wow, this is last 10, at least 4, right? That's what I see. He's giving you at least 4 Ks, no matter who it is, at least 4. His last 5 looks amazing. And like I said, his earned runs is not high. He had four against Philly. Mm, so what? Everything else was one, two, seven hits against Philly. So what? Everything else, three, four, maybe a five. The home runs, like I said, concerned. He could give up a home run, but he's a more than six inning guy. He's going seven damn near. So I'm like, shh, he'll get six, bro. Against Colorado, come on. Um, his walks, nothing too crazy. So we go back to strikeouts over 5.5. Let's go to the head to head. Back in June, he went six innings and only got four Ks. Concern. Two earned runs, four hits, one walk. So head to head, that was June. Let's look at here. Um, where is that game at? Right here. So yeah, consistent as four, but lately he's been on an uptick of pitching really good. Let's see what other pitchers been doing. Ryan Weathers shit the bed yesterday. I thought he would go over with this same logic, like, oh, I guess Colorado. But um, Alcantara is way better than Weathers. He's better than you, Darvish. And then you see all the green here. So I feel really good about it. He'll go over. Alcantara over 5.5. Um, let's see. Next up, we are talking about Kikuchi. And why am I fading Kikuchi? Let's check it out. What were your concerns with Kikuchi? I think it was a lot. Uh, It was when I looked at it, I'm like, wow, man, like he's really been trash lately. And yeah, look at this. Everything was a concern with this guy. Four earned runs, five hits. He's giving up home runs. He's only pitching 4.5 innings, and he's giving 1.5, two walks. Eee. Okay. His line is at 4.5. Okay. Last time he faced him, which was last year, he's facing Toronto, or no, Milwaukee. Last time he faced him, he was with Toronto. He got five Ks, no earned runs, three hits, didn't let up a home run, and an astonishing four walks. So his walks seem to always have been a problem. I'm looking at his last five games, but wait, before we do that, let's go to the head to head. I don't see a lot of green here. I don't. I see a lot of fours. And on the fives, surprisingly, you got Miles Mikolas, Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray is good. Miro Kelly is good. Aaron Nola is decent. You know what I mean? Kikuchi is decent. Um, but like I said, a lot of red. And then I look at his last five games and he's been shit. He had a good game against Houston, but everything else is like, what happened to Kikuchi? You know what I mean? When you look at, let's look at, say, like you see this, all this green, like he's on a downward right now. He was good and consistent, but lately, and here's a wild take, but I think because he know the Angels are done for the year and they basically just, playing games, he's been giving up. Like he's not, he like shit, I ain't gonna, you know, give my all. At least that's a wild take, but that's my thoughts. Look at these earned runs here. Six, five, seven. Yeah, one against Seattle. That was surprising. I thought, with the way Seattle been playing, so hits allowed. Yeah, once again, seven, eight, six. But against Seattle, maybe because he played them a lot. I don't know. Um, yeah, he didn't let up a home run against them. So pitch count varies. He's sporadic, but four innings. This guy is unreliable. As far as can I rely on him to be in the game to get these Ks? No, because look at his walks 3-2-3. Last game, just one. So, but he only got 3 Ks against Seattle. Yeah. So it's like, man, I don't know. Does he get it together today? I don't think so. Me personally. Where's Milwaukee on the strikeout list? There they go. 24. They don't strike out much. So I see Milwaukee eating up, you know, beating up on the Angels. Just a projection. I'm fading him. Fading Kikuchi, bro. I don't. Yeah, he's gonna continue to be trash. And last but not least, we got Logan Webb out in San Fran with the safe ass 5. Let's check him out. Logan Webb, he's a good pitcher. Um, but there were some concerns. And what were they? And they were, yeah, it was everything just like Kikuchi. Earned runs, hits, giving up home runs. He's a 5 inning guy though. And he's giving up walks. So if you see here, his last 5 games, at least 5. You see the green. He goes over a lot, you know. Um, let's go to the head to head. And this is basically what I looked at. You got 7 games here. I don't really need to look at anything else. And what I see is at least 4 Ks, bro. You're getting at least 4, no matter what these concerns are, bro. No matter what garbage you see that I'm about to show you in this head to head, he's getting at least 4 Ks. So I'm like, shit. In his last 2 meetings, which were this year in July, and most recently 5 days ago, he got 5, which, like I said, it's not a, indicative that it could happen, but bro, he's getting at least 4. So you could go safe as 4. I'm going safe as 5. I feel like he goes over. But yeah, you see these earned runs? Nasty. This is nasty, bro. 6 earned runs, nasty. They're gonna fucking get some runs in, bro. And they're gonna get some hits, at least 6. This is nasty, bro. So you see the concerns. Um, he's giving up home runs the last 3 times he faced him. So a Dodger will get a home run today. Um, I gotta watch Dez's report. I know he got somebody on there. I know he see this. He see the same thing I see. Um, Pitch count. He's a 5 inning guy with some sevens in there, some sixes. It really, is however he's going hard. He's trying to strike you out. So however many of these 96 to 100 innings pitches get you, it's how many innings he's gonna go. And like I said, the walks look nasty, bro. But strikeouts, recent starting pitchers versus the Dodgers, I'm seeing 6s, at least 5s. You know what I mean? And Logan Webb is, you know, he's better than Verlander right now, better than uh German Marquez. Like, come on, man. Logan Webb, 5 Ks. And that'll do it. Like I say, plus 2,441 odds. Um, There's a couple ways to get my picks. Join the Dub Club, use code UNK. You get half off your first month in the YouTube executive tier. Link in the description. All right, the games start early. All my picks are there. Let's get it in, guys. And last but not least, let's get this money.